Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. It is Thursday, and you know what that means. It is time for AEWramble episode 26, the copy and paste edition. And yes, as always, these titles are done by the one and only, the man of 42,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, unless you want to see Power Book 2 Ghost. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, lady. Two ladies, gentlemen.
How you doing? How's everyone? Everyone's happy to see Jimmy, and everyone is happy to talk about All Elite Wrestling Wednesday Night Dynamite from January 19th, 2022. We want to hear from all of you. What did you guys think while we ramble on about AEW Dynamite? Let us know in the live chat. We will highlight a bunch of your comments, but your super chat donations will make sure we highlight your comment on screen. If you have a hot take, have a question, have a thought on AEW Dynamite, and want to help out the channel in a little way, any super chat donation is always greatly appreciated, and we make sure we highlight you and thank you right on screen as always. And remember to drop a thumbs up on this video, share this video with all your wrestling friends on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And as well as you can become an even bigger supporter of the True Hill Heat community over on patreon.com/True Hill Heat, where we have exclusive content over there. We have our Patreon exclusive for the week from NX3 from Chris G giving his thoughts on Walter getting his name changed to Gunther. So check that out right now on patreon.com/True Hill Heat. But yes, Jimmy, we are here to talk about the January 19th, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite. So we start things off, as always, with your one word to describe this edition of AEW Dynamite.
Disjointed.
Disjointed. This week we're going with this. I feel like this is not the first time you've used that word.
I mean, to be fair, when you have a spastic, overworked, semi-competent billionaire, because dad's a billionaire running the show, typically you're going to get something that's disjointed.
Very, very well explained there. Very well explained. A couple of comments to highlight before we get into things. Fifth Generation Carney is here with us. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Fifth Gen. We got Annika Wilson who says, Jimmy, happy to see the good brother, Jimmy Macram. We got the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson saying, sup, my good brothers. And Christopher Ryan Cooper, who's been joining us a lot over on Facebook. Appreciate your brother saying, what's up, fellas? What's up to you? And give your thoughts on AEW Dynamite in the live chat, like I said, and those super chat donations help out the channel a lot, so we always appreciate those. But let's get into AEW Dynamite from January 19th, 2022 from Washington, D.C., the site of the first ever edition of AEW Dynamite. And they started off things hot with the return of Jon Moxley. The crowd was very much revved up and ready to see Moxley as the show kicked off. A great response to Moxley from almost everyone in the in the crowd in Washington, D.C. Moxley says he has a little while to go, but then he immediately gets interrupted by someone in the crowd who apparently has been reported said to get this drunk trash out of the ring.
I'm sorry. It's just so, you want to say something slick, and then for some reason everybody goes quiet, so you just hear everything I'm saying.
Because how that would be followed is the reason why he was like he probably wanted it. Yeah, he probably wanted to say it while it was loud and everybody was cheering. But as soon as Moxley talked, this crowd, I've never seen anything like this in wrestling, where the crowd was literally, you felt it in the palm of Jon Moxley's hand and really hanged on every single word he had to say. You could have heard a pin drop in the arena in Washington, D.C. Moxley says a while ago, they landed in a city he doesn't remember about it. He was on the side of the road, hands and knees in the dirt, and a black cloud hanging over him. The kind that follows you over for years. Everyone has them. This cloud is laughing at him. Everything you have is good. None of that belongs to you. Where do you get off? He asks John, do you really think you were going to make it out? The nerve. He woke up before he could answer. We all carry scars. The ones on the inside are harder to see. We try and cover them, but we should be proud of them. They tell our story. These scars make us the people we are. No one is perfect. This is him. He is sure there are plenty of people somewhere who want to write him off, who doubt him. It won't be the first or last. Go ahead and say what you want, think what you want. He'll tell them what he told the cloud. Take all that shit and shove it up your ass. He doesn't run from his demons. He just beats the shit out of them. For everyone that support him, thank you. Buckle up. 2022 will be a pilgrimage. He will grab the world of professional wrestling by the balls because now more than ever, he is truly free. Moxley is thirsty. And these days, all he drinks is blood. My God. That would be like, I tried to do my best to do that justice, but I could never do that justice where you felt every word this man said. This was authentic. This was passionate. This was from the heart. And I understand, the thinking to start the show off with something so powerful as this. But honestly, looking at the show overall, this should have been the main event segment. This would have got people to stay around, and it's very rare that AEW ends with a promo, so I think it would have been even more powerful that way. But that's the only thing I could say, even grossly nitpicking. Go out of your way to see this. I can never do this justice respectfully, professionally, but tried my best. Moxley is incredible. I'm glad he's back and he's dealt with his demons. What about you, Jimmy?
I really wish I would went first because I don't feel like a dickhead. This was good. I love Jon Moxley. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's beat his demons. He looks great. Looks like he lost quite a bit of that booze weight that we all get when we drink a lot. He had that fucking big ass Alec Baldwin head.
Yeah, we got the before.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. He looked like the same guy.
And after.
Right? Oof.
He looked like he aged. He aged down to like 10 years. He lost weight and 10 years of age.
Yeah, like some of his hair's growing back. Yeah. I'm glad all that happened. Lost weight. Looks great. I can't wait to see him back. I love Jon Moxley's promos. Like built on a Jon Moxley scale of promos. This was fine. This is.
Oh, you are wilding! Oh my God,
this was fine. I didn't listen. I know I might be a sociopath, but I just don't get emotionally whatever when people talk about stuff like that. Just go, okay, that's yeah, good for you. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna take some type of test to see if I'm actually one of them. I'm on a sociopath scale somewhere. I just don't Oh, yeah, good. Love John. You know how I feel about John Moxley. My favorite babyface since Jesus, forever. 15 years.
And Wilson says, "Who hurt you, Jimmy?"
But this was good. This was fine. Good. Yay. Go ahead, sir.
Fifth Generation Carney also mentioned it is so great that Moxley got to drop the "go fuck yourself" before Jericho's sorry attempt at GFY. GFY, yes. I mean, I just love the fact that Moxley's first words back on TBS for the first time is "go fuck yourself." Yeah, that's just classic Moxley.
That's not gonna get anybody in trouble.
Turner don't seem to care. Like, I had this conversation with Bill Apter last night after Dynamite, and he was concerned, and I was just like, Turner don't seem to care about that. Care.
They have removed fucking Malachi Black gouging Pac's eyes out from history. Of course they care.
So now we're blaming Turner. We're not blaming TK?
Oh, on that? No. TK seems to be fucking, whatever. I'll be nice. It's early. I got plenty of time to fucking get on his case.
Annika Wilson says Johnny Boy looked good. I definitely agree. Frantic World saying, "What's up, SP3, Jimmy in the chat? What's going on, good brother?" We got Negro Buck says, "So great to see John Moxley back. He looks healthier, and it was a great promo." I definitely agree there. He also says, "Fuck that guy," talking about the guy in the crowd, not Jimmy. And of course, Josh is just like typical with Jimmy. Jimmy underselling.
It was so great. It's great to see somebody fight their demons. He was so passionate. I couldn't believe it. I had tears in my eyes, really. I'm just so happy to see him. I'm happy to see him back. Can I just be happy to see him back? Fine promo and ready for the next thing. Can that be it? Why do I have to fucking...
like just fine.
Donate to fucking Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, yes. Team Moxley, yes.
He's like just fine. Oh man, I knew this was gonna be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's all like, great for Moxley, great promo, classic all-timer. Oh, Jesus. Jimmy's like, it was good.
It was good. You thought it was great?
Thought it was great. 5 stars. 5 stars. This honestly was probably my favorite part of the show.
No, my favorite part of the show I think happens right after this, or two segments after this.
It was my favorite parts of the show. I will not lie, are the promos, because there was some promos that just hit, and Moxley was the first, and then the next was backstage. We got MJF. He is with Wardlow. Maxwell says last week was an abomination. Punk, who should have taken the loss on the chin like a man, rolled up Wardlow, grabbing his head, grabbing his tights. Granted, if Wardlow had been a bit more seasoning, he's sure Wardlow could have reversed it. But no, this is what he is here to do, to apologize to Wardlow. It's his birthday, and he lost his cool last week, and that's not okay. However, Wardlow got his hands on MJF, and he can't allow that. It pains him to do this, but he's gonna have to dock Wardlow's pay on his birthday. But if he racks up some wins and gets the TNT title back after the Face of the Revolution ladder match, then he'll get his money back. He believes in Wardlow, and he believes in Spears. Spears will get the job done. What did you think about this backstage segment where I don't know what was better, ladies and gentlemen? Maxwell being Maxwell and cutting another great promo, or Wardlow with some fabulous facial expressions. Like, his facial expressions, you literally did not need to hear what MJF was saying. You could tell by Wardlow's reaction what he was saying. What did you think?
My favorite part of the night... I'm sorry, Mox. I love this segment. MJF is hilarious. Wardlow's facial expressions. If you're not, I don't lie, you're not old enough to remember Batista versus Triple H. But that's exactly what it reminded me of. Except we never got one of these, where Triple H is just going off at the mouth, and he's forced to stand there and look annoyed, look like he wants to kill him, look over it, look like, oh, an apology? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this motherfucker. It was great. Wardlow was fantastic.
That was the face. He was like, nah, you got me. Like I thought you were actually gonna say it, but this motherfucker here is still Maxwell.
Oh, my favorite feud on the show. My favorite feud on the show last 2 weeks. It has supplanted MJF and Punk, which they continue to botch on this show. Boo.
I don't think it's botched because
was horrific.
I honestly feel like we're getting to the finish line because from what Punk said in his promo leading up to his matchup with Shawn Spears is that he's going to he's like MJF has run out of guys. He's beat FTR, he's beat Wardlow, he's beat Shawn Spears, and it's going to be about time that he versus MJF one-on-one, and it might be in the place that MJF least wants to face CM Punk, which in 2 weeks is Chicago.
And then what happened?
I think Revolution we might get Wardlow versus MJF. I think maybe the way to do it to keep Punk's undefeated streak intact is Wardlow cost MJF the victory, and that's the straw that breaks the camel back. Where MJF is kind of like thinking about firing him, or we do like a job evaluation, and we can see his facial expressions throughout that whole thing, and then it comes to a moment where he just is like, you know what, I'm over this shit. Attacks Maxwell, and we're on the road to Revolution.
We'll see. I'm very excited for this feud. My favorite feud of the show, but I'm so over Punk and MJF. I'm so over it. I can't believe how they butchered this fucking thing.
I wouldn't say butcher. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Negro Buck says MJF is such a piece of shit. Dr. Wardlow's pay on his birthday. Yes. Poor Wardlow. Frantic World says Mox had a great return. And does Jimmy like good wrestling promo?
John Moxley is my favorite promo of the last 15 years. First of all, when you all are going fucking who's on the show? Oh, fucking Kenny Omega and all these people. I was telling you that John Moxley's 2-minute promos backstage are the greatest thing on the show. Was that not me? You were. I will say I love the promo on the show, but the promo where he talks about his daughter grabbing his finger is definitely better. I will give you that. Because I rewatched that before his return. And I was just like, oh my God. I know I waxed lyrically about this when it happened. But this is like an all-timer that just is not going to get the credit that it really deserves because Moxley has consistently delivered great all-timer promos. We got DJ Eric here with us saying it's up, SP3 and Jimmy. He also says, I made a New Year's resolution that in 2022, Jimmy Macram will actually like good wrestling. But then I woke up and it turned out to be a nightmare because Jimmy will never like/love good wrestling. Sir, you don't know what good wrestling is. You're 12 years old. You think flips and fucking shit like that is awesome. John Moxley comes out and pours his heart out about being a drunkard. And I'm supposed to fucking break down in tears. I fucking know. No.
Annika says, does Wardlow win the ladder match and win the TNT title? Maybe that's where we get the like he has to give up. He
refused to give it up. Let's go.
That would be great. And if they don't want to go to MJF Hangman Page anytime soon, that's the direction to go is MJF versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship.
Oh, not mad at that at all. In fact, I'd love that.
And saying Cody. We also got Connor Smith who says might have been my favorite Dynamite episode this year.
Sure. Probably mine too. Probably everybody's. This year stunk.
What are you talking about? 2 weeks ago was really good with Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page.
It's the only thing good about it.
And the MJF CM Punk promo.
Was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year. Not the first promo, the second promo.
No, I love the second promo.
Where you said they did a double instead of a home run.
Yeah, get rid of that. No.
Oh my God, a double's not good enough for Jimmy Macram, ladies and gentlemen. This guy. Next up, we had our opener of the show, Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander. This was set up from everything that went down in the opening segment last week. This is where the men can only fight the men and the women can only fight the women, which of course, they weren't going to follow too much throughout this matchup here, but we got a bunch of nice moments here. We had a moment where Kris Statlander and Orange Cassidy did the best friends hug, followed by Britt and Cole doing their own smoosh after giving super kicks to their opponents. We got plenty of action on the ramp towards the end of this matchup where it looked like Adam Cole was setting up Orange Cassidy for the Panama Sunrise on the ramp. But then Kris Statlander pushed Orange Cassidy into the ring. This led to Cassidy being in the ring, and then it was Britt Baker who delivers a Canadian Destroyer to Kris Statlander on the ramp in a nice little spot right there. We got a super kick in midair for Orange Cassidy. Before that, he also took a curb stomp from Britt Baker inside the ring. Nice little pose downs, plenty of spots where it had the crowd engaged, and especially towards the end of this match, the crowd was really into this one. The finish came when Cole delivered the Panama Sunrise in the ring to Orange Cassidy, but only got a 2 count to some Shawn Michaels-esque facial expressions from Adam Cole and Britt Baker, and I love the couple crowd shot right there. Couple wide shot, excuse me. Cole leaves the ring and grabs the table with Britt. And then Orange Cassidy accidentally runs into Britt and lays her out through the table inside the ring with the referee distracted. Cole delivers a low blow and then drops the boom on Orange Cassidy to get the win for Cole and Baker. What did you think about this opening contest here, Jimmy?
In a vacuum is one of my favorite phrases. I think you all know this. In a vacuum, this match was good. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I thought it would have been a nice way to start the show, and we could have ended with Moxley since you all broke down in tears. But we don't do things in a vacuum. This didn't happen in a vacuum. So instead, this was the 15th time we've seen Orange Cassidy versus Adam Cole, and I'm so over it. I am so over it. Because while the crowd might have been into it, I wasn't. Because I know Orange Cassidy's not winning this goddamn match. Why am I watching this? Why is this here? Why do we not know how to book something where we don't just do the same thing over and over in 12 different combinations? I don't care. You're not confusing me. You're not tricking me into thinking that this is something new. It isn't because you put different condiments on it. It's the same thing you've given me week after week, twice a week. No, Adam Cole versus some member of the Best Friends. Hard pass. Adam Cole and 2 guys versus members of the Best Friends. Adam Cole and his girlfriend versus the Best Friends. I don't care. And when I think this thing is finally done because we beat Orange Cassidy again, not that I'm saying he should win. I agree. Adam Cole should go over. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. But when you cocksuckers say it's the issue, that's not the issue. We're still not done with it because we get another one next week. Are you fuck serious? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something else. Go Baker, who you all and I have seen stabbed and shot and run over and hit by trucks and thrown out of garbage. We've seen all this. Yeah, I'm supposed to be concerned when she falls backwards to the table. I have the doctors checking on her. She's fine because she's somehow indestructible. I don't know how. She's the GOAT. Enough of all of this. Boo. Boo.
I agree with some of your nitpicks. This has been going on too long, and it's been going on too long with pretty much the same result. I think here would have been the best spot to give Orange Cassidy and Kris Statlander a win. You don't exactly have a next challenger geared up for Britt Baker at Revolution. And even if Kris Statlander doesn't pin Britt Baker because you don't want your champions taking pins on TV, Cole losing to Orange Cassidy doesn't affect his singles record. It gives Orange a win over Cole, which it makes sense for next week for us to have the blow off then. And you set up Statlander and Britt another round of that, which was great at All Out. So I'm fine with you going back to it. So all of these things, yeah, I thought that the result was not the best, and it never really felt in doubt at all throughout this matchup. But I like this matchup as a showcase for Kris Statlander, who I felt really stood out, especially in like her her just agility is crazy for a woman her size, doing the shooting star press off the apron, no heads, doing the area 451 on Cole and Britt. It always, that is one of the dopest moves any female wrestler or any wrestler I've ever seen do a 450. Kris Statlander does it one of the best. Honestly, it's her and Hoovy off the top of my head. So I got to give her credit for this showcase here. And like you said, this was fun. This was like a nice balance of kind of just cheesy humor in all the spots we tend to expect from these performers and some really good wrestling throughout. But I think that if this had a different outcome, I think we'd be fine with what we're going to get next week. As Adam Cole was backstage, he was very upset with Britt Baker going through the table at the hands of Orange Cassidy. So he challenges him to one more match next week at Beach Breaks. No rules, no disqualification, no count out, lights out match. Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy. Who do you think wins?
Adam Cole, I think, wins. That's the
nice
I'm hoping for Orange Cassidy, it'd be a nice twist. It could work, but I don't have my hopes up at all.
So like I said, I think that the result in this mixed tag match was wrong for what we're getting next week. But like Jimmy says, in a vacuum, I understand it. That's the one that makes sense. Cole and Baker is like, you can make that your new power couple in AEW, and you don't want them to lose their first mixed tag match. So I totally understand that. I think it makes sense for Orange Cassidy to win next week because it's a lights out match. It doesn't affect the undefeated streak for Adam Cole. And this is what AEW does. They do feuds where the babyface wins in the end, and that's the payoff. Regardless of what's happened all the way before then, they try to book it where the babyface wins, and that's the end of the story. Unless usually you're Orange Cassidy, because we've seen in his feud, his last feud with Matt Hardy, that didn't work out too well for him. But what do you? I think that's the direction they're going to go. I think Cassidy wins next week.
You know what I think? I think this guy, Tony Khan, saw that rating for Cole and fucking Orange Cassidy a few weeks ago, whenever that was, where it was the highest rated segment on the match, on the show. And he just decided, oh, well, I can't end it then if the people love this. So let me just do it every week. You fucking idiot.
Let me just drag this out just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. I swear. It's just going to be a little bit more. I just need to get to this place. I'm working my way somewhere. I'm working through the kinks.
I think get 2 weeks of Punk versus Kingston, and I get 12 weeks, 24 combined weeks of fucking Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy and Adam Cole. How's that even possible?
MKASP says Adam Cole is ranked number 1, so MJF isn't getting the title shot even if Cole loses next week because it's it's unsanctioned match. I mean, I think MJF's getting his title shot at Double or Nothing because the first teases of an MJF versus Hangman Page AEW World Championship matchup was teased at Double or Nothing 2019. When they were the last two men in the Casino Battle Royale, as well as the first 2 men that were in a segment with the AEW World title when it was introduced by Bret the Hitman Hart. So you could pay it off and make it make sense that he gets the shot at Double or Nothing in May. So I think Adam Cole is the guy that gets the shot at Revolution.
That sounds right. It does feel like we're putting Go Bigger with him because he needs some juice because we pushed his booking so far. So therefore, here's the GOAT, and now you're over again. So yeah, that could work.
Hey, he was getting over with having grown-ass man fight over him.
Can I have a question? Here? Is he fuck it, I'll say it. All these losers on Twitter talking about how, Adam Cole's so over. I don't know how he can be in heel. He's just so over his babyface. What can we do? We can stop the stupid fucking entrance. That would get rid of half his babyface nonsense. What are you talking about? Jesus fucking, I love the entrance. But if you tell me I have to boo him, that ain't gonna help.
I mean, I think they've reached an effective balance where the fans cheer him for his entrance, but then he does enough heel shit during the matchup that he gets some boos.
If you say so, some boos. That's what we want from heel now. Welcome to wrestling in 2022, Jimmy. A heel gets some moves.
Oh, will you stop? Nick Jackson says he would have had this the mixed tag match be the main event. What do you think about that?
No, because we have to have Orange Cat, fucking Adam Cole, fucking throw out the lifetime challenge.
That's true. DJ Eric says 12 years old. I haven't been 12 since 1996. You don't need to tell us all that. That's TMI.
Well, then you don't have any excuse, sir, for liking flips and fucking knee slaps. Knock it off.
MCAS says TK for the most part like sending fans home happy. That's why Sting Darby went last. I mean, I'll tell you my issues with that later.
I'll tell you my issue right now. He's an idiot.
Annika Wilson says I wanted Adam Cole to sunrise Skylander so much.
That would have actually been pretty cool. I don't know why. I just was hoping for it. It would have been so like dickish. Like Jesus, guys, damn.
That would have get him heel heat. Nick Jackson says Cole's facial expression after Britt went through the table were amazing.
What about Britt's facial reaction when fucking dummy kicked out? That was much better.
Britt is just the best at finding the camera and get facial expressions. He's the best, period. But especially at finding the camera to deliver that facial expression, Britt is just absolutely the best in the entire industry.
Agreed.
We got MCAS said third time, and next week will be fourth. Have fun, Jimmy. So he's saying this is the fourth time we're having an Adam Cole Orange Cassidy match in whatever combination.
Adam Cole versus a member of the Best Friends is my point, sir. You can pick. You want to say 4 times for that? I sincerely fucked out it.
No, you also had Wheeler Yuta versus Adam Cole. We had Adam Cole versus Trent Beretta, which was great on Rampage, I might add. Yeah, he kept dropping him on his fucking head. Annika Wilson says Britt going through the table was like her landing on a pillow.
She's some broad now. She's some broad who fucking. She's Stephanie McMahon or some shit. She went through the table. Oh Lord, get the doctors. Are you fucking serious? Was she with fucking eyeballs a fucking few months ago? What?
A lot of mercy. A lot of mercy, ladies and gentlemen. And DJ Eric says at the next AEW pay-per-view, it will be Adam Cole versus OC in 3 stages of hell.
And Cole went 2 straight. Enough.
Y'all really trying to get Jimmy to quit this, aren't y'all? MCAS says a D.M.D. might have hit her head on the floor when she went through the table, so she might have a concussion.
I don't know what to say, man. I found the 12-year-old. This isn't real, sir. She's fine. She knows how to take a bump through a table. Jesus fucking Christ.
Annika Wilson says Bianca killed the 450. I like Bianca's 450 as well. I don't know. There's just something about the way Kris Statlander does hers. It's different between the two ladies. For Nick Jackson says facts. Sid Stat is a beast. We also got Romeo who says Cole can't lose to the bum who lost to Matt Hardy. Cole getting heated for Hangman Page at Revolution, hopefully. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like the next week after he takes this loss, he could win like a battle royal and be the guy to verse Hangman Page at Revolution, or they could be trying to heat up Lance Archer for that spot. But I don't know after this show. Nick Jackson says easy win for Cassidy because since it's a lights out match, it won't count against Cole's record. MCAS says Cassidy wins because it doesn't count in the rankings, just like D.M.D. lost to Thunder Rosa last year.
Fucking Thunder Rosa and Orange Cassidy?
No,
and Goat Baker back then were much closer than Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole are right now.
I love it. We also got Romeo says F that shit. It'll count in my head. If it doesn't count, why have the match?
Exactly. That's why we're looking forward to Thunder Rosa versus Goat Baker, because we've seen that they're essentially 1-1. We're gonna know Orange Cassidy beat Adam Cole, which is the whole point of matches in the first place. We will know he won. And Adam Cole is not good enough to be in the spot since he can't beat Orange Cassidy. That's 6th time or 5th time, whatever. Fuck.
Hey. We also got DJ Eric who says a lights out match will still count in the win-loss record books. No, it won't. No, not in AEW apparently. You just ask Rosa and Baker. Truly here Romeo says yeah, and it counted because it was remembered. Can't just brush them off the side and say it doesn't matter. It doesn't. That's literally the thing.
It doesn't count. There's a difference.
MCAS says Archer, Hangman in Chicago. They can't make this go to Revolution. Can they?
No.
Not well.
We can get the fucking 8th reboot of fucking Archer after the loss to Chicago. He can come back somehow again as a babyface because fucking that's all we need to do. We fucking idiot.
Oh, DJ Eric says, Romeo, please save the show. Make the run-in and lay Jimmy out with a chair. No. Trust me. Romeo's worse than Jimmy. Anything Jimmy could say, Romeo's much worse with his
Romeo's right.
With his WWE bias bullshit. You don't even agree with that.
I don't watch it. I don't know. He could be right.
Yeah, he says he agrees with Jimmy more often than not. MCAS says TK is God. Jimmy, that's why Miro is in purgatory and Leo is MIA. Don't mess with TK or you will find yourself in hell.
Yeah, Leo learned his lesson. That's what you get, Darky. In the nigger hole you go. I let Jay Lethal out.
What did you just say? That
down the nigger hole you go.
Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on, backstage, Daniel Garcia at 2.0 is announced to be versing the Inner Circle next week. We get an interview with Jericho at Santana and Ortiz. Jericho doesn't care, and he says that those three guys can GFY as far as he is concerned. Ortiz stops him though and says they care about Kingston. So tread carefully when you mention his name. Santana says that maybe Jericho is the reason they aren't tag team champions. And this was the moment on the show that I stood up and clapped. And he said, when has Jericho had their back? Truly. Maybe next week they'll prove that they don't need him to win. Maybe next week they'll focus more on us instead of this. Feel me? And Jericho answers, he doesn't feel them.
No, I don't feel you.
And like I said, next week has been confirmed. It's the Inner Circle versus Daniel Garcia and 2.0 in a trios match. What did you think about this promo segment, which I enjoyed almost as much as the MJF Warlow segment for Santana and Ortiz finally standing up for themselves?
I enjoyed it. I gotta be honest. You talk about great. Jericho is a mess, and he's been a mess for a while. But his facial expression is always great. And he's looking at him like, these ingrates. As his face looked like, I don't think I've ever heard the two of you speak before. What? How dare you? It just worked for me. I hope this leads to the split. I hope I'd kick the two of them out of the Inner Circle. Maybe Jericho, Hager, and somebody that's not Sammy, kick them out. And we get a trios match where Kingston comes back. This works. This works. Please follow through with this.
Love this so much. And I believe someone is listening to the request of the comments. I see he's ready in the backstage area to troll the fans of the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Mr. Romeo, are you coming on? He says yes. So I guess that was the signal for me.
Can I join, guys? Can I join?
Yeah, of course you can, because Jimmy's happy that we have someone else on screen that can agree with him without insulting a race or religion like Marcus Cassidy.
I was gonna say, isn't like Eddie Kingston's injury sort of like a blessing in disguise? Not for him, of course. We don't feel bad for him, but it seems like it changed the whole storyline here.
Yeah,
I don't think they were going in that direction in the first place with Santana Ortiz. I could be wrong.
I think it was. I think Kingston doesn't mention that or say that in the interview, and then again on television, if they're not going in that direction. I think that Eddie Kingston is kind of the voice of reason in AEW. I think eventually we're gonna figure out that he was right all along about CM Punk. In a lot of ways, he spoke the truth against John Moxley about with their past and how they eventually reconnected once again. He was right about the Elite. So Kingston is kind of always right, and we're seeing again another instance of that.
This is a much more interesting direction for Chris Jericho, having to deal with the Inner Circle sort of breaking apart and him trying to fix it. I mean, I still don't want to watch him wrestle, but it's a much better, interesting direction for him.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Agreed. I'm done with Chris Jericho. I'm glad they're done with Chris Jericho. Let's move on. I'm still here for it. Let's go.
I'm ready for Santana and Ortiz versus Jurassic Express. Give me Santana and Ortiz winning those.
Fucking, by the way, Jericho's line at the end does he know how dickish he sounds when he says that? Fucking, no, I don't feel you, brother man.
He sounds like a white person who's just so angry with Ebonics. Feel you. But yeah, I just have a newsflash to Chris Jericho. GFY will never, ever get over. Like, it will never get over. This man has trademarked that shit.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, Chris.
And it especially doesn't work when John Moxley just said, fuck it, I'm going to say that.
That's how you know it was a pre-tape. Because I think if it was a live interview, he would have said, you know what, this isn't the week to use that. Let's wait till next week. Next, we got a quick promo from CM Punk, recorded from last week that covers Spears mostly, and he tells MJF that he's running out of bodies and luck. After we get a Spears nice entrance, which I said on Twitter, and I will say again, his theme is a Bobski. Why do you keep unshowing Spears? Look at this man. Look at him having an orgasm just sitting in a chair. And then we also had CM Punk make his entrance, and then MJF made an entrance and went to commentary. He said that this was going to be great, and the bell rang. CM Punk turns Spears around, lifts him, go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk defeats Shawn Spears. This was great. This was exactly what it needed to be, because after last week, CM Punk looked kind of weak, like we talked about last week. Although he did his good job in making Wardlow look like the beast that he is, he looked weak in the end. This was the way to reheat CM Punk. Just have a wash Shawn Spears. After the match, MJF tried to sneak into the ring and get the upper hand on CM Punk, but he catches him, he gets him by the scarf, and before he can nail him with a punch, MJF bails once again without getting CM Punk getting his hands on him. What did you think about this whole ordeal in the CM Punk MJF feud here, Jimmy?
I loved the Shawn Spears stuff because there was a video package beforehand between Spears and Punk, which reminded, I'm not sure if you guys remember Anna Jay's fucking star of the show, and then she came out and she got squashed by fucking Abaddon.
Yes.
That's what this reminded me of. I was like, that's how you do it. He built it up.
Who did she get squashed by?
Abaddon, I think.
Yeah. It was who you said? Who it was?
Abaddon?
Abaddon, but who?
Anna Jay. She had a whole like star.
I think you're right. Yes. They had the whole vignette. Yeah. Like I think that was like her first match, and then like they did the whole vignette for her, and then her opponent is Abaddon. It just washes her.
Got squashed. Then she joined the Dark Order. This reminded me of that, where it was like, oh, we're gonna get a 10-minute match here, and then Spears gets washed. I loved it from start to finish, and then the MJF stuff happened, and I hated it. And I was like, way to make these two people seem like fucking idiots. MJF, who's already got the drop, he's got him. He can hit him in the nuts. He can do whatever he wants. And CM Punk does not see him coming. And then CM Punk turns around and grabs him by the scarf because I don't know. He's from Chicago, but he hasn't beaten anybody up before, apparently. It's just boo.
He's from Chicago, so he wanted to take the scarf and put it around his neck.
Yeah, fucking mook. I just boo. Boo to all this. Boo to that part.
Romeo, what did you think?
Another week where MJF Wardlow is greater than MJF Punk. That's at least 2 weeks in a row. And the only thing better than Shawn Spears losing in like 5 seconds is Shawn Spears not being on the show at all. So I'll take this as a consolation prize.
We don't like Shawn Spears at all? That entrance is splendid.
It's absolutely. Say it loud. Come on, that theme is just a bop. Come on.
What is that movie with the woman in the chair and then the It's like
I don't know, but it reminded me. I know Jennifer Lopez did a parody of it in some type of music video.
Wow. Nick Jackson says, no fucking way. Archer is Paige's next pay-per-view challenger. This has to be a TV match. We also got Connor who says, Romeo criticizing this as a WWE fan is so ironic.
They can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves.
Because it's true.
It's ironic. AEW show program.
Yes,
always ironic. Eddie James says, is Lance Archer the Big Show of AEW? Getting there. Annika Wilson with another Jimmy.
What did I say this time? Oh.
Saying, no, I don't feel you. We also got Aubrey James says, best Dynamite in a long time. That Cody promo was fire.
Oh my God, are you fucking serious?
We got Nick Jackson who says, wait, so Eddie is injured for real? Yes, he's out 3 weeks with a fractured orbital bone. Oh. That was reported by Dave Meltzer and confirmed by Tony Khan. So there you go. CM says, how much good Jimmy-ish have I missed? You've missed a lot if this is your first week coming. And
she's a woman, so this is that's CM. That's the only one we had for like weeks.
I love it. We got Fifth Generation who says they just dropped the GFY shirt on Shop AEW. I hope not.
Yo, Chris Jericho had his face taken by the Monstars. I can't believe how bad Chris Jericho's got.
Jesus. Eddie James says Sammy Guevara checked out of the Inner Circle weeks ago. Yeah, he don't be hanging out with them as much anymore. He's like, it's best when you focus on yourself and not on this goddamn group.
I got a belt. I got a girl who's hot. I'm out.
Absolutely. MCAS saying Sammy is in Brazil with Tay Conti. Yeah, I wouldn't care about the Inner Circle either. Absolutely. No. Annika Wilson says, why can't Sean Spears be great? They won't allow him. They won't allow him, man. Come on.
Nick Jackson stealing is mediocre.
Jesus. Nick Jackson says, I agree with Jimmy. They both look dumb after the fact, especially Max had the perfect opportunity to low blow him. Yeah, I would have done it, especially if they're doing the match in 2 weeks. Yeah, I know the money is in them, finally touching. But no, the money at this point is in Punk touching MJF. So MJF attacking CM Punk doesn't fuck with the money. It only gets it more engaged and reheats this rivalry up a bit. We got MCAS who said Sean Spears' entrance was longer than the match. Loved it. and Annika Wilson says, what do you think I am? Talking to Jimmy.
I said for weeks. I know. Annika, that's why I've started saying 2 women in the chat.
This guy's ridiculous. Apparently, Billy Gunn stole a video camera. Apparently,
why would we need to say that at all?
Apparently, and it took him backstage where he sees Christian, who's apparently just arriving on the show. He tells Christian that his boys should get a shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles. Christian says yes. They're talented. They have gun genes, big, strong, fats. But when the lights went brightest, Billy could never get that statement win. Make a statement and then we'll talk. In comes the Ass Boys to attack Christian Cage. Billy grabs him and sends him into a large sliding door, and they triple team him, triple asses on Christian, and then they walk away, leaving him laid out. What do you think about the Ass Boys versus Jurassic Express for the AEW Tag Team titles?
Fucking Colt with the fucking white supremacist on his arm makes me sick.
Whoa!
I know a lot of you are not aware about John Wayne. Look it up. But I actually didn't hate this segment. Yeah, go with John Wayne Playboy interview.
I know what you're
talking about. Fucking sick. Still love his movies. I can watch. I can separate shit in my head. I love the movies, but
I love Benoit matches. Don't
right? Hey,
I know.
He ain't better than that guy. This is fun to watch. This segment was fun for me, actually. I enjoyed Christian and Billy Gunn interacting for some reason.
Like I didn't think that I would think that a Gun Club versus Jurassic Express match, like this is obviously going to be a TV title match, but it makes a lot of sense. You got Christian with Jurassic Express, you got Billy Gunn with the Ass Boys. You got 2 guys that have always been given the reputation of they could never be the big one or never be the star of their tag teams or stars outside of their tag teams, where Christian, he did reach a medical of success, whether it be in TNA or his second run in WWE. He kind of just looked down to Billy like,
yes,
dude, you never like for Christian to be the one to say that's why it hit harder. It hit harder to me right there.
That was rough. I don't know why. And I don't think we're done with Christian turning heel because he sounded like a complete cunt.
He has this nice little tone to him where you can see the transformation slowly but surely overcoming him.
I'm here for it. I'm sure this match will be fine. Wait, which one's the tall one of the ass boys?
Colton Ass.
So Austin is the annoying one. Sorry, Colton.
Austin Ass is the one that's on the. He's going to be on the USA reality show apparently.
Of course he is. Him and his
relatively famous or something like that.
Anyway, he's one with the tattoo. I apologize, Colton. Colton looks talented. Colton looks like Billy Gunn in the Time Machine. Colton looks fantastic.
He does. He does. But I will say Austin is the better talker. But
I imagine so. He's had all the practice at the clan rallies.
Jesus Christ. I forgive you. Cody Rhodes is back and he makes his lengthy entrance as we go to commercial break. When we come back, there is a multitude of boos for him and among some couple of cheers. Cody has a huge ladder in the ring as well as his TNT championship, and we're off to the races. Cody wonders what we want to talk about. He is reminded from that last match about a man who once sat on a stage, looked into the ring, and gave one of the most important addresses in the history of our sport. It inspired thousands, mobilized millions. The first hint of a revolution, CM Punk and the pipe bomb. Someone told him to save this promo, but he's going to do it now. In that interview, that was the first whiff of a revolution. He laid out a roadmap, listed things that were taboo at the time. Things like going to New Japan Pro Wrestling, working for Ring of Honor, teaming with the Young Bucks. I don't remember CM Punk ever saying he was teaming with the Young Bucks. As destiny would have it, he was unable to do those things, but would eventually join AEW in the comeback of a year, but it's the comeback of a decade. We are all living and loving it. Cody stares at the ladder. He propped up in the ring. He says, in Punk's absence, someone did each and every one of those things that Punk said. He did them. He brought the revolution. And each and every one of us cheered. Why won't he turn heel? Because we cheered him when he needed it the most. We are the Roar family he refers to. People talk about the Forbidden Door. It's a proper now. It's a part of the vernacular now. But if you are a journalist and disagree with anything he says, you are not a journalist. Before there was a Forbidden Door, Cody was the one who built it. Cody is gone. Gone for 2 weeks. He sees it. Young Bucks almost starting the Wednesday Night Wars all over again. He doesn't need to see the Bucks beat Developmental again, despite Red Dragon passing their hip toss class. And Ricky Starks is over here dealing with Jay Lethal. Well, let me just tell you, the Lethal Injection is one of the best cutters in the business today. He's the one cutter you don't kick out of. Then, one of the most talented wrestlers on the planet, Malachi Black, a dude who gave Cody losses. A man who needed no help, then ended up getting help anyway. He knows they're not in the business of renaming people. But Brody King's got some balls, simply to call himself Brody. And speaking of Brody, you'll have to deal with that young man in a couple of years. Darby, Miro, and Sammy Guevara, these men, a lineage, a legacy of champions who taught us what we've been taught against, that this title is a secondary, but it's not. The only way it is secondary is because right now there's two. It's pretty clear what we do, he says as he looks up the ladder. He knows God has sent a contract in the mail to both of them. Not the one Cody wanted, oohs and ahs. But at the...
How dare you put me through this? Speed this shit up.
But at this point, Beach Break 2 titles, 1 champion. What do you say? Yo! Jimmy, go ahead. Give me your thoughts because I need a minute after reading that back.
Oh my God. I thought I hated it the first time. Hearing his fucking, oh my God. Please defend this fucking nonsense. Much like everything Cody's done for the last 2 years, there's about 5 minutes worth of good material here, stretched out to 15, 10. Enough! What the fuck are you babbling about, sir? Jesus fucking Christ. He tries to make 3 different points. It's a story. I start here, and then I build it up, and then I make the point, and then there's a plot twist. It's actually about Sami. Shut up. Oh, boo. This was, I don't even know. Good, is that a thing? Good and bad? Can I hate and love something?
What did you love about it?
You know what? You might have.
Sounds like nothing.
I could have sworn I loved something about it.
He thought about it. Like I just said this, but I don't know if I can back it up.
I like the passion. That's something, right?
Okay. Yeah, that is.
I like the putting over the TNT title.
Yes.
I think that's about it. I get the Gunther stuff and all the wink stuff he does to get over on Twitter.
That was a nice shot with the changing of the Brody name and comparing it to another place that changes people to Gunther McGillicuddy.
I'm over it. Skip the fucking. You can skip the Brody stuff. Skip the contract stuff. Boo. You know what? You're right. There's nothing I loved about it. Stuff I thought was all right. Boo to all of this. All these idiots. What a great promo. Great? Moxley's promo was fine, and this was not nearly as good as that. Boo.
Wow.
Ooh.
Romeo is back with us. Romeo,
this was great. This was great. This was great. This felt like shit. I'm a free agent. I might not be back here. Let me get everything off my chest before I can never cut a promo here again. That's what it felt like. But I loved every second of it. And all those fickle fans in the crowd who started chanting Cody after they booed him in the entrance. Those are the fans that are the bandwagon fans. They're like, okay, I don't really want to boo Cody, but everyone else is. I don't want to be left out. Like,
it's true. It's true.
But then they hear him talk, and they're like, why the hell was I ever booing this guy? Cody. They were. If you can get the crowd to flip like that during a promo, it's a great promo.
Is it? Or are they just fucking losers?
It could be both.
This might be a rare occasion on AEWramble because everyone knows my history with Cody Rhodes, and I'm not the biggest Cody Rhodes fan. If you watched our free agent Cody edition of the 3 count with SP3, I reworded the "I have a dream" speech inspired by words said by Cody Rhodes. Yes, my disdain sometimes for some of the things Cody does is always prevalent. But when something is good, I gotta call it good. And this was good. Yet at the same time, I understand where Jimmy is coming from because this shit was all over the place because there was no reason to do the CM Punk bit. There was no reason to mention the hip toss class and Red Dragon and the Young Bucks going after developmental unless they're going back to some type of connection between Cody and the Young Bucks. If that is the direction they're going in the future, then sure, I understand mentioning this. The Malachi Black stuff, not really. I don't understand going there. I would have liked this promo more if it was more focused. But like Romeo said, I agree with Romeo 100%. If it can get the crowd in the palm of his hand like it was towards the end of this, and it accomplishes the goal that he set in of making a big-time matchup for next week's Beach Baker event, then I think that this was an effective promo. There might be things that you love or hate about it, but you cannot argue the effectiveness of it because it got a response from the fans. It set it up what it needed to, whether it be for next week or in the future. And Cody's character was intact because this felt like to me one of his better promos since his pre-Full Gear 2019 stuff, because there was elements of the babyface Cody, there was elements of heel Cody from ROH and New Japan days. That's why I enjoyed this.
Okay, I have a question. Let's say we agree it's effective, if the goal is simply to make the crowd cheer you, sure. Why does that make it good in a vacuum?
It makes it good because they were invested. They went into this promo wanting to go into business for them, wanting to be a part of the crowd, and booed Cody. But as he talked, he got them more and more compelled, more and more. It wasn't as captivating as the Jon Moxley promo, but he was able to make it a little bit more compelling as it went on. You wanted to know what else he was going to say. What other zingers did he have?
I did not want to hear any of that. Once halfway through CM Punk stuff, I was like, please, sir, I know there's a point coming. Could we get to that part now? Climb the ladder. I know the ladder's there for a reason. I know you're going to climb it because you're a dramatist. Just do that. Jesus. And then I'm not going to turn heel. Yes, please bury the entire business to get yourself over. Who cares? Jesus.
That had to be said, though. That had to be said.
Did it?
Fans, turn Cody heel. Turn Cody heel. He doesn't have to turn heel. Fuck you.
I agree.
You're the heel. You fans are the heels.
The fans are the villains in this story.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. All 12 of them that were there that night. I looked at the arena. It's like 2,400 people in that fucking building. Jesus fucking Christ. He managed to turn them all. What, all 5 of them who were decided to be loud? Oh, boo.
Oh, we got easy attack. Professor Chris says, word on the street is that Zayn has resigned with the Fed. What do you know about this, SP3? I just know what most everybody knows. Fightful Select reported today that Sami Zayn has re-signed with WWE. His contract, along with Kevin Owens, was supposed to expire at the end of 2021. So I suspect before it officially expired, that's when they re-signed Owens and Zayn. They got a huge bag because Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson let their contracts expire and went to AEW. So WWE was going to give everyone the bag whose contract was going to expire in 2021. And luckily for us, it's 2 performers that a lot of us love. Unfortunately for Jimmy, he's not going to be able to see Kevin Steen and El Generico anytime soon.
Right. I don't need any more people in this company at all. We've reached fucking max capacity. Jesus.
You would have loved these 2. You would have loved these
2. He enjoyed their work in ROH. So
I like Kevin Steen. I like El Generico. I like Sami Zayn on fucking WWE TV.
There you go. See, he's not as negative as y'all. Not as negative as y'all think. We got the Black Mora. The Black Amora, I love that. He says, "I came for SP3, stayed for Jimmy." My God, you are showing people why AEWramble is talked about as some of people's favorite AEW review on YouTube. Jimmy,
I'm here. I'm bringing people to the light slowly but surely. We had a couple converts last week. 1 more this week. I'm here to help.
We also got CM and says he's up there with Shaq's stepson and said, "I hit your dad with a chair" as an intro.
This is Austin Gunn?
I guess so. Oh, yeah. For relatively famous, yeah. Nick Jackson says, gotta admit, this was a pretty good promo from Cody. Annika says Cody went back to Japan and got his nuts back, so she enjoyed it.
He didn't seem to be begging as much.
Yeah, that's true. CM says Christian is giving Cody how to be a heel as a face lessons.
I don't know.
Christian is really good at it. So if you're gonna ask anybody on the roster, Christian is a good guy to go to.
I think you should be subtle, you dope.
Mika says Cody is such a heel. Yeah, like especially when he's talking about, I'm the fucking guy that built the Forbidden Door. I'm the guy that did the revolution. That's very much heel Cody. That's very
you know what? Thank you. It took fucking 20 minutes, but that's the part I liked. I'm the guy part.
DJ Eric with a super chat donation saying, rest in peace, the Gunter name, as WWE has abandoned the name. And you're giving us the money for WWE doing it. We appreciate it, brother. We appreciate it. Well, yeah, they changed Walter's name to Gunther.
Doesn't it say that he went back? Rest in peace, Gunther name.
Well, I guess.
No. They dropped the trademark for Gunther Stark. Gunther,
Yes.
He's still going to be called Gunther.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because they found out after they trademarked it that Gunther Starks is a Nazi commander.
By the way, if WWE is hiring anybody to do basic Google searches, I will more than gladly provide my services.
Hire Romeo. Nick Jackson says, my only complaint is when did Spunk say he wanted to team with the Young Buck? Yeah, that was the one where I was just like, wait, when did that happen? Like I know this is one of the things Cody did, but he never said that in the pipe bomb promo. He talked about New Japan. He talked about Ring of Honor. So you had us there, and you were telling the truth, and then you just wanted to add that in because that was something else you did.
He just wanted to go. He just goes.
He just wants the Young Bucks to say hi to him backstage.
Easy Attack Crusher Chris says, Cody, where is the lie? To think if Vince allowed that fool to stop being Stardust, we might not have an AEW. I will never. There's many decisions by WWE and Vince McMahon that I would just never understand. And one of those is when Dusty Rhodes passes away and you have a 27-year-old son of Dusty Rhodes, how you don't name him give him the last name that he originally had. Even if you don't want to do Rhodes, call him by his real name, Cody Runnels, because Dustin was Dustin Runnels for a while in WWE. So, like, it just is mind-boggling why they
gotta be something about Cody Rhodes that Vince McMahon does not like.
Yes, fucking his dad put his hand in Stephanie's face. That's enough.
Goddamn. Mscast says, this is the state of AEW address. Loved it. What you say, Jimmy? I don't say it. No, we will not call it the state of AEW address because that was what MJF did. And that is an all-timer, all elite wrestling promo with him at the podium. One of his best. Don't disrespect him. Aubrey James says he's a delusional babyface. Well, that's for sure. We had Nick Jackson said Jimmy's brain just did a factory reset, having to re-listen to the Cody promo. He also said Cody played the crowd like a fiddle man. It
was gross.
Aubrey James says Jimmy is a hater.
I loved Cody Rhodes. Somebody back me up on it. I fucking loved Cody. And he's done nothing but make me sad for 2 years.
You do, though. That's the funniest part. And then we got Razor Gem, who says, can we get a Jimmy review of Rose to the Top? That is the best idea I have ever seen in a live show.
I hate Cody. I hate Brandy. I hate reality shows. No.
That would make the review great.
Exactly. That makes his money. But yeah.
By the way, here is the GFY shirt.
Oh boy, yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Why did he do that?
Oh, Chris.
Why did he do that? Why did you do that?
Cross out the G, cross out the F, and just put Y.
Why, Chris? Why?
Why, Jericho? Look, it has Jericho on the bottom, so it just be Why, Jericho.
Jesus Christ.
He's really lost all of his gifts. That's just shame.
Sad. It's kind of sad. It was made official. Yes, the undisputed TNT champion will be crowned next week at Beach Break in a ladder match. I am very concerned for the crazy shit that Sammy Guevara will do in a ladder match, as well as what huge spot Cody Rhodes will do in a ladder match. What about you, Jimmy?
Oh, he's gonna murder somebody, certainly, or probably himself. Though I have no complaints. Fucking boo. Just this is gonna be a great match, or at least a fun match. I don't know if it'll actually be any good, but it'll be fun. I'm not looking forward to it. I think we all know Cody's gonna go over. This ladder match feels like it's a way to not have Sammy take another pinfall loss to Cody. Sure.
They're opening the show with this.
Ooh. You think they're opening the show with this?
Ooh.
Cole ends it.
Yeah, I can see that because Lights Out usually is the main event. So yeah, it would be a great way to open the show next week.
You can go to bed early, absolutely.
Next, we saw an announcement that.
Wait a minute. Have we passed the 1 hour mark yet?
I think so.
Okay, then yes. The rest of this is complete garbage.
Oh my god. Yeah, we got backstage Tony Schiavone talking to Anna Jay and Johnny Hungy, as well as Jay Cargill and Smart Mark Sterling, and it's made official TBS Championship matchup this Friday on Rampage between Jay Cargill and Anna Jay. And Jay Cargill says that this is that bitch show, and she will remain the champion after this Friday.
Oh my god! This was the worst part of the night. This was horrific. Did nobody even did they not consult each other on what people were gonna say? They were just answering shit nobody asked. They were talking about shit nobody had talked about. Anna Jay gives this whole thing, and then Jay goes off about something else. Fucking Hungy's talking about some fucking nonsense. Mark Sterling's the only good one. Oh, it stunk. I hated that segment so much. It was almost hilarious. Ugh.
Well, there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Any remarks, Romeo? You follow that?
And Jay looked great.
She did, yes.
I agree. Next, we had our third match of the night, which was the House of Black represented by the Kings of the Black Throne, Malachi Black and Brody King. And I could never do this entrance justice. This was fucking epic. It just felt big time. And then these guys felt ridiculously big time during the matchup, as they completely destroyed the Varsity Blondes. Varsity Blondes could have gotten some type of control, but Brian Pillman Jr., his head is all fucked up after blowing the air Pillman and Malachi Black in his head, and then Brody King just destroyed them and then finished them off with the suplex into the power slam, the Dante's Inferno, which is a great name for a tag team finisher, and the House of Black, aka Kings of the Black Throne, get the victory. Black grabs a mic after the match and asks the members of the House of Black to please rise. But it is Pac is on screen for a promo, and he has a new vision, a purpose. He truly sees Black, and he is just the same as every other cretin in AEW. Self-obsessed and power hungry. I'm done with you. And it's exhausting. He may have a few sounds up his sleeve, but the bastard is beyond even your reach. He is incorruptible. This is the moment Pac is expected to bow down and call him master, but Pac will make him a martyr out of Black. I thought that this post-match was fucking fabulous. Pac just talking gibberish with the blindfold on, with the cards in hand, just great stuff. And I love the split screen as well as the wide shot of House of Black watching the video screen. I thought that the camera work during this segment was very well done. What did you think, Romeo?
Yeah, the director had a good night, man. Yeah, this, the zoom in on Cody when he's talking about the door, that was funny. Some more stuff that I'll get into later. But yeah, Pac was awesome here. That was the story of this. I like the finisher, Black and Brody do. When are we getting this match, Pac and Malachi?
I think Revolution. I think that's when, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, is when Pac is going to make his journey across the UK for a couple of shows before he returns back to the UK for a couple of months. That's the Pac routine that we seem to go by. Any thoughts, Jimmy?
Yes, I like the attempt to give Brian Pillman some depth after his fuck up last week. We saw it with Styles. He made a whole angle out of it. AJ did.
Yes.
AJ Styles is a professional and Brian Pillman is not. So he's like, would it matter? He's standing right there. All I was gonna do is kick you in the fucking face if you do.
If he just did it the first time, it would have been all right. It was the oversell, but his facial expressions were on point.
Yeah, they were good. I like the squash. I like Pac's promo. I can't stop laughing at the fucking Uno card. I can't stop.
Reverse, bitch.
It's a laugh too.
You cretin.
Yeah, I look forward to the match, even though we've erased him getting his eyes gouged out from history. I don't know why. It was my favorite thing AEW did forever.
You loved it. You did love it.
Yeah.
We got a random.
Maybe I can do it to Malachi now.
There you go. We got a random Ed Scott saying send Hook. He also says a crossroads off the ladder through a table is coming, and you know it. Nick Jackson says Kings of the Black Throne. Goosebumps. MCAS says after also FTR match was postponed because of medical protocols, and that's why I think the Archer match went long, which we're about to get.
Back for like 5 minutes.
We're about to get into. Nick Jackson says, "Damn it, Romeo," with the Uno card. MCAS says, "Pac, love the bastard." Nick Jackson says, "I freaking love this Pac promo," and Annika Wilson says, "Draw 4 on the Miz." And then EBB has just joined us. Late comer, welcome EBB. Says, "Love the spotlight panning over to the reveal them both by the tunnel. I do think Julia should have turned here and would have made Pac's incorruptible line hit more. Pac versus Black at Revolution, please."
Oh my God. Fucking yes. That was my only problem with it. Thank you for reminding me. Pac goes, I'm incorruptible.
Do that this week.
Pac goes, I'm incorruptible. Nobody's been corrupted. What are you talking about? Everybody's fine. What do you mean?
The fans have been corrupted.
Like who?
That is true. By Black.
The fans turned on Cody.
Exactly.
Because of Malachi.
They've been poisoned, ladies and gentlemen. Poison, I tell you. We get a backstage promo with building up the Archer and Hangman Page issue. Archer is with the returning Jake the Snake Roberts as well as Dan Lambert, and they got back and forth promo with Page where they challenge his cowboyness, and Jake tells him when it comes time, Page will bite the dust, and it's time. And then we get a Landon
Good to see Jake.
Absolutely. I'm glad Jake is back and healthy, but this felt more like Jake coming back to just hand over the handling services of Lance Archer here.
Sadly. Yeah, it definitely. Can we move the Snake on to somebody else? Like,
I hope.
A heel Dark Order, please?
I would love that. We get another backstage segment. This time, Landon, aka Landon Butler or Brandon Cutler, is had the camera. He's waiting for the Young Bucks, but in come Roppongi Vice. Trent apologizes for being mean and says they once beat the Young Bucks for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles like 3 times. How about they do that again this Friday? Rocky is mean to Brandon again, but Trent tries to be nice again and then tells him to turn off the camera. Turn it off, bro. What did you think about the setup for Roppongi Vice versus the Young Bucks this Friday, Romeo?
Okay. I mean, I just want to say, AEW, be careful with that New Japan footage. Don't put that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. Jimmy, what did you think?
I love FTR because they're so different than everybody else on the fucking program. I loved Trent here because it's such a different reaction to fucking Brandon. I love that. I couldn't even tell you why. Like, I felt like he became a really good babyface here.
Absolutely. I do agree. And they gave across kind of the characters of Roppongi Vice, where Rocky is the hothead and Trent is more sensible. Yes. Next we have where I feel that this kind of show kind of dipped off was our 4th match of the night. Lance Archer going one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian. This felt like a 3-minute match that was stretched over 10 minutes with Archer dominating Frankie Kazarian, Frankie making a small comeback, and then Archer hitting a choke slam, another hard drop, and then he sits Kazarian on the top rope for the blackout to get the victory. I don't understand why this needed to be over 10 minutes fucking long. We get an interview. Tony Schiavone comes in the ring wanting to understand the relationship between Archer, Roberts, and Lambert. Lambert grabs the mic. Roberts is nowhere to be found and says Page wasn't raised outside, didn't drink water from the hose, and he and his friends played video games drinking sparkle water, and the Toy Story movie made him want to be a cowboy. Page isn't prepared for Archer. Archer says enough of this cowboy bullshit. He will show Page what he is going to do. Archer grabs a chair, tosses it to the ramp. He then tosses Kazarian to the ramp and sets up for a choke slam. Page's music hits. Huge pop for Hangman Page. Gets in Archer's face. It looks like Archer's going to get the control, gets a steel chair, but Hangman hits him with a cowboy boot. puts him in the ring, goes for the buckshot lariat, but Archer stops him with a choke slam, but Hangman fights him off and clotheslines him out of the ring before Dan Lambert stops Archer from getting back in the ring. This was cool in a vacuum, but if your plan is for Lance Archer to get a shot at the AEW World title, how the hell does this help him? He went 10 minutes with Frankie Kazarian. The champion got the upper hand on him, and he had to run off and walk away at the end. This is not how you set up an AEW World title match.
No, I'm not letting you get a pass with this. I don't forget shit. Every time we brought this up to you, me and Cash brought this up to you a year ago, however long this shitty push has been going on 2 years ago, you would say he likes to play with his food. That's what he does. That's the character. Now you don't like it because it's 2 years later, doing the same shit for 2 years. He stinks and he's always stunk. That's why. Boo. Boo to all of this. It was long for you guys. It wasn't long for me. This match lasted 30 seconds because I hit the fast forward button. Bop! Right through it. I know the finish.
Bop!
Then we got the Hangman stuff, which was fine, I guess. I don't take Lance Archer seriously. He could destroy Hangman here. It is what it is. We know what's going to happen, don't we? So why are we getting upset about it? Who cares? It's fine. It's just a national television show. Do what you want. Fuck it. Fuck it. You're all good with me, TK. Do whatever you want. Lance Archer, take 56. Feel free.
Romeo, any comments?
I know Lance has been away for a while. You know, he needs the conditioning. But if he needs the conditioning, just put him on a treadmill for 10 minutes instead of giving him this match.
It does look a little heavy.
He does. There's no line there. We got Frantic World who says Julia Hart needs to join the House of Black. We also got Negro Buck who said it was funny seeing Trent being nice to Brandon. MCAT's also mentioning love the footage from New Japan. I did love that touch when they were talking about Roppongi Vice and the Young Bucks. If you got a relationship, use it, and it uses it to help build up a match on your show. So that was good. Annika Wilson agrees with us. This match was so long. NCAT says, damn it, SP3. I told you why it went long. Sheesh. Love you, SP3.
Wait a minute.
I understand FTR and Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson is off this show, but there's other things to do and other things that you could have not done the go to sleep 12-second finish with Shawn Spears and CM Punk. Like I thought it was good, but you could have made that an actual match a little bit longer if you needed to stretch one of these matches.
That was to make up for what happened to Punk last week. So booking all goes together.
What about Jay Lethal? Where's Jay Lethal on the show?
This is not the match to do it. Yeah, what happened to Jay Lethal? What happened to Leo Rush? How
about you get over your hatred of women, TK, and put another fucking women's match on the show?
Let's build up Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. Why don't we, please? Sheesh. Alan Weinstein says, what's good, True Hill Heat fam and chat? What's going on? We also got Razor Gem, who says should have had a second women's match. Mercedes Martinez is on their roster and legitimately hasn't had a fucking match since he debuted.
What's she doing? Hanging around a catering?
Maggie is here with us from Fightful. Hey, Maggie, go over, check out Fightful Select. Go the Coexisting podcast with Maggie and Rob Wilkins. Good people over there.
That's 3 women, and TK is officially done with Ramble.
AEWramble gets more women viewers than AEW.
I've reached my vagina limit. He's done. I'm over it. Boo.
Wait, what did you say? I reached my vagina limit.
Vagina limit. I'm over it. He puts his shades on.
Let me mansplain something to you, real
gruff.
Mansplain something to you, girlfriend. Connor Smith says, wonder why they didn't need to use stick figures. We also got Maggie K agreeing that like another women's match. Maybe, yeah. Like this was the show to do, especially with the women's match that we did get. ABB says going to be a great TV main event. Cue the Big E quote. Good filler match before Revolution. Nice contrast of opponents going from Danielson to Archer. Looking forward to it.
Can I put something for the record? Completely unrelated.
Yeah.
I am not sure that Julia Hart will be able to pull off a heel character in the House of Black. Nothing has given me proof of that. So everyone really looking forward to that. I hope you change of heart if it happens. Literally, pun intended. That she's not really good at it. I hope you all have a coming to Jesus.
He said, "Coming to Jesus." Sheesh.
You're probably right, but all she needs to do is stand there and look. Half look, she's got an eye patch. Half look interested, and we're done.
She's been doing good.
Tony Khan-like thing of you to say.
She's been doing good of teasing it, even if it's not happening. So I think she has it in her. We also got Maggie saying, "Reach my vagina lever is what I'm all here for." Might be the comment of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of comments we get when Jimmy's off the rails. Alan Weinstein's TK has reached his vagina limit. I am fucking dying. And Eddie James says, "Who is in charge of the woman booking in AEW?" I think usually it was Kenny Omega for a long time when it was good.
Don't do that, Skip Bayless. Don't do that. Boo.
I mean, it was getting better. We were on the right path, but it seems like
good for Sheeta.
Yeah,
absolutely. We get to watch Sheeta and her fucking.
Will you stop? Can you stop for a second, please? Oh my god. Oh, but we're gonna move on.
Hey, who's in charge of it now?
Huh?
Who's in charge of it now?
I believe it's like a collective thing, but TK is the final say on everything. And
okay, just making sure. That's what I suspected.
Before you blame somebody else, or
I don't want to blame anybody.
TK is the sausage guy. Absolutely. Man, this has just been full on assault of TK throughout this episode here.
Because you're awful, sir. You're fucking a dope. He's a dope, legitimate dope.
Maggie K says, "Please don't stop. I'm having fun." Yes.
Let me ask you something. If WWE went away,
is TK having fun on this episode? I don't think so.
Hey, GFY.
You're used to
AEW comp tickets.
No, not ever. Not ever, ladies and gentlemen. If they see any AEWramble episode ever. Next backstage, we get Matt Sydal, Lee Moriarty, and Dante Martin are standing by. Dante says he has their back, and they're ever since his brother's been down, that Matt Sydal has been like a brother to him. And Lee says they'll watch his. I knew that. I knew because Romeo is here. That was coming. I was gonna wait till Ricky Starks said it. But thank you. He says that they'll watch his just like Dante has watched theirs. Starks and Hobbs are here to tell Dante that he has a baby brother complex and nobody is his friend. Dante will find out that he's all alone. Someone needs to watch all his sides because Team Taz builds assassins. I love the combination of Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs and their promo. And I love them calling out the whole in logic of Dante Martin, considering everybody is his brother. Because last week, another one of his brothers, Jay Lethal, helped him get the win over Powerhouse Hobbs.
I have a question. Where's Lee Moriarty from?
I believe he's from. You said where?
Yeah, where?
Georgia.
No, I believe it was from Pennsylvania, but either or.
Yeah, you're right. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely would have guessed somewhere down south because his. I'm a friendly Negro face. That smile he gave, that was the most uncomfortable thing. I got your back. And his big ass smile. I'm not threatening. What the fuck was that? I said, oh my God. You poor bastard. I don't even know what you've been through. But Starks and Hobbs were fantastic. Nobody on the other side can act at all. Boo. No charisma. Bunch of dopes.
They need Leo. They need Leo badly.
Dude, bad. Is he all right? Or has he been removed for
I asked the question on social media that we haven't seen Leo since he asked Tony Khan to apologize. So
I'm just saying. You let Jay Lethal out. I mean, we can't have an empty nigger hole. I'm just saying.
What? This man has said that Tony Khan has reached vagina limits. And then he says that Leo runs was down. We gotta fill in with Jay Lethal.
All right.
Gotta fill that nigga hole.
There you go.
Wow! Oh my god!
You're gonna learn your lesson one way or another.
Woo!
Guys, we hope you're still watching.
I hope so too. Wow!
I'm sorry. I'm just joking, guys.
We got another backstage segment with Layla Hirsch going in on Red Velvet and Kris Statlander verbally for losing last week on Rampage and fucking with her money. So she attacks Red, then lays out Kris Statlander, puts her in the armbar. Why did I love this more than I thought I ever would? Because the logic of they're fucking with my money made so much sense, and I loved every minute of it. This was great.
It was fucking amazing. I know I get on Layla Hirsch's case a lot because Red Velvet is impossibly tiny and she towers over fucking Layla Hirsch. But
And
that was
Statlander
amazing.
powered over Red Velvet.
Right?
Yeah.
First of all, Red Velvet, she looked fantastic. Fantastic. I'm sorry. But she turned her back on Layla Hirsch and Layla Hirsch mollywopped her. She caught her hard. She dropped like a brick. That was fucking fantastic. Statlander did the babyface thing. Hey, you're my friend, but back the fuck up with the check on it. You can get it too, stupid. Thanks for turning your back and knocks her the fuck out. I loved everything about that, including the money. It cost me thousands of dollars. I don't know if I buy that, but sure.
That just talks to me because I'm a grown man. I got kids. Money is a very important thing. That's the easy story to tell, but it's great when it's like this. What do you say, Romeo?
I'll be honest. I wasn't really behind Layla being a heel at first, just because I think short people can't be heels like me.
Just turn her over. Just take her right over. A hard
What?
tap in the head.
She's pulling it off so far, so well done. And
Hey.
a match she got next week.
I know I've seen this a couple of times on social media. We'll see if y'all agree with me. Kris Statlander's with the best friends. Dr. Britt Baker seems to be with the elite now. Why can't Layla Hirsch be with Team Taz?
Yeah,
Ooh.
make a nice fit. She's a little suplexing machine.
Ooh, she's a little light for Team Taz though, right?
I mean that's Taz. Taz. If Taz was a female, Layla, that's the height she would be. That's the height he would be.
The only thing is that I don't know how I feel about distracting hooks like that, but I haven't heard the match.
That's hilarious.
Well, the Team Taz, the men have their whole direction with this whole Dante Martin and getting revenge on him. It would flesh them out and give
forever. By the way, is he hide? Why is this taking forever?
I think the main thing that's been hurting that feud with Team Taz is
bad booking because the owner's an idiot.
The biggest story beat they have not really talked about since it happened, that Dante signed the contract with Team Taz and then the very next week turned on them. We never got an explanation on what the fuck did he sign and how they are not being able to enforce it.
Taz is trying his best to save it every time he's on commentary. I got my lawyers looking into it. What kind of lawyers are these, sir? Jesus.
It's taking a while. So potential Team Taz member Layla Hirsch will go one-on-one with Red Velvet next week at Beach Break. Hopefully, not the only women's match we have. Yes, agreed.
Oh,
Layla, yeah.
Then we had our women's match on this show, and this was very, very short, but it needed to be because it was time for the professor to get to work and teach Sky Blue a lesson about respecting the professor of professional wrestling, Serena Deeb. Just assaults her, hooks the arm, shakes her hand before she puts her in the Serenity Lock, and just slams her knee into the ground and just wenches back. I've been loving this D push. We did confirm on True Hill Heat 158 over the weekend that Shida has gone back to Japan, so she's going to be gone for a couple of weeks. You don't have to go back to this before Revolution or at Revolution. I want this push to lead to Deeb versus Baker. If Baker is eventually going to lose the AEW Women's World Championship, I think that she's guaranteed she's going to be more of a babyface without the title and without her entourage around her, which they already seem to be kind of a couple of weeks not putting her with Hater and Rebel like this week and last week. But Deeb versus Baker would be a nice testing of Baker in a babyface role. What do y'all think? And what do y'all think of this match? Romeo?
Okay, as long as you're not saying that Deeb should beat Baker, we're good.
No. You know me. I'm Thunder Rosa all day, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Yes. This match, it was what it was. The director definitely had a lot of fun at the end there. What a night for the director.
He did.
Sheeta in Japan. SP, you're the only one that's going to get this. You don't think she's going to find her like grandmother's necklace over there and maybe come back a bit different?
As a schoolgirl?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's kind of the thing. When you go back to Japan, you just come back and you turn into Sailor Moon and stuff.
Yeah.
Might be a thing. Gotta be careful. Jimmy, any comments on this or my idea for Deeb versus Baker at Revolution?
Sky Blue's very young, I think. How old is Sky Blue?
She has to be 20, 19, yeah.
Oh, wait, Wendy made a great point on the watch along. She looks just like Cora Jade.
She does.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's Cora Jade, Sky Blue, and Roxy. They all have that very young face because they're around like 19, 20.
I don't really want to comment on the director's choices since she's only 19 years old. But good job, sir. Serena Deeb is fantastic. If she was less injury prone, she'd be my fucking second favorite female in the company. But it is what it is. She's always hurt. She's fantastic. I don't know about Deeb versus Baker because I don't want Deeb to lose. I like where she's at right now. We're moving Sheeta. We're building Deeb. Go Baker turning heel. How's she gonna turn face with all these bums connected to her? Fucking Adam Cole and the rest of them.
Adam Cole gets cheered anyways.
I mean, I feel like they're not going to be associated every single week. That Britt's gonna, especially towards when we get to her revolution build up, she's gonna splinter off into her own thing. I think that Revolution is where you do the heel challenger. I would have done that. This would be the first time I would have done a heel challenger against Britt Baker, not the first challenger, but I think it's either gonna be Jamie Hayter to pay off with all the teases they've been doing, or D based on her push.
Okay. I don't like doing the Hayter Baker thing while you're doing the MJF Wardlow thing.
So I say Deeb is the better option. That's why I'm going with Deeb.
Fair enough. I'm not mad at that. In fact, I think I do like that. If once Adam Cole gets his title shot, he doesn't need Baker anymore. He's got his fucking bump, the Goat Baker bump. You're welcome.
The Goat Baker rub.
Goat Baker rub, indeed. Fine. Fair enough. I'm not mad at that. I like that, actually.
We got Eddie James in the live chat, so we all agree Kenny Omega has a Joshi fetish. We don't have to make things like that. I mean, he could just like Joshi wrestling. I don't know. And Kenny Omega also has a fetish in male Japanese wrestling, if we're going to go by that. So.
I mean, well, to be fair, Kenny Omega likes lots of things. So, not knocking it. Feel free.
MCAS says, TK don't give a fuck. He's a billionaire. Love you guys. This podcast is off the rails, but in a good way. Thank you.
Sir, are you aware of how he made his $1 billion? I am.
I'm not going to answer that.
His rich daddy. That's how that works. Through no talent of his actual own. By knowing the Young Bucks. Where do you want to go?
This is all the replies to Jibby's filling that Negro. That Negro.
Oh, the Negro hole, yes.
Yeah, the Negro hole.
I'm going to clean it up. We're on TBS.
We got CM says, talk about Leo Rush. He was wrestling in New Japan this weekend. Yeah, he's been making dates for everywhere else. That makes it more strange. He's not on AEW.
He doesn't want to be around this racist, sexist psychopath. What do you want from him?
MCAS says, are we getting the Dante verse? Leo, Jay, Lee, and Seidel. And let's not forget Darius.
Why not? Fucking they have.
He also said he also says Layla is legit. Put her in Team Taz.
Is she though?
There you go. Connor Smith says Leo is just gone to learn how to rap like Max Caster.
Oh my God! You hear about that fucking album they're gonna do? This fucking my God! I hate everything about this company.
Yeah, what is Jimmy Macram's? Let's say, like, before we get to the main event. Jimmy Macram's thoughts on AEW releasing a rap album for Black History.
Say it out loud again. What? What?
AEW releasing a rap album, and I will say, as I always say, the thoughts and comments of Jimmy Macram are not the thoughts and comments of True Hill Heat, SP3, or anyone associated with this YouTube channel.
We got multiple people on this channel. We gotta say that.
I support this rap album because I know a couple of people working on it. They're very talented, and I know they're going to put in a lot of work to make it something very great and special. So I have no issues with it. What about you, Jimmy? And CM says, you mean the Negro album during Black History Month? Jimmy?
Why do we have to try? Do you remember? I'm not sure how much you guys follow politics. Do you remember after that George Floyd thing, all the Democrats wore like these kids those and they wheeled down. I was like, do we have to try that hard? Can't we just give Hobbs a push? Do we have to go that overboard to make this right?
No,
asking for much.
Pushing Hobbs is asking for too much. Let's make a rap album.
Hey, take this rap album. For Black History Month, you like rap? You're black? This sounds like a win to me.
You like it? You like it? Big Mike says best AEW show review ever. Thank you, Big Mike. We appreciate that. Remember to tell your friends every Thursday, right here on the True Hill YouTube channel, AEWramble. Frantic World says Jay Lethal was on Rampage last week, and he's going for the FTW title. We should remind you, Rampage and Dynamite was all taped last Wednesday. So, like I said, he was there. Jay Lethal was also there last week, and then he disappeared this week, it seems. But it might be because he's been working at different places. He worked Terminus. He also worked New Japan. So he's been going around, so maybe they gave him a week off. Nick Jackson says, yes, seriously, put Layla in Team Taz. Could see her with the group and the TBS title, possibly.
No, stop it. Knock it off. Deeb, Statlander, anybody but before Layla Hirsch. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
You, my boy Blue says Hirsch for Team Taz. We also got MCAS who says Taz has said his lawyers are awful. That's why nothing is settled with Dante.
He should say his booker is awful. That's why nothing is settled.
We got Razor Gem with a question: is Marina Shafir signed with AEW? I see she has an AEW T-shirt. As of now, we haven't got the All Elite tweet, and nothing's official until then, in my opinion. MCAS says AEW already has a magical girl, so no Sheeta not coming back as a schoolgirl. She's coming back as Mafia White Suit Sheeta. Sheeta versus Deeb in the finals of the Owen Cup. I didn't think of that. That's a good idea.
That's how they fucking blow off feuds. Instead of actually doing booking, they just put them in tournaments.
Hey, I love it every time, so I'm good.
Can you picture Yakuza Sheeta?
I'm here for it.
Oh,
I was a little racially insensitive for this company, no?
Well, what's next? Alan Weinstein says, I think we're getting Chris versus Britt. Like I said earlier in the show, Weinstein, if that was supposed to happen, we should have got Orange and Chris winning the opener because that's the way you set it up. MCAS says Sky Blue is 22 and dating Dante, another one for the Dante verse. And she's like a wife to him.
She's 22. Okay, then never mind. I can talk about her. She looks delicious. Jesus.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Oh my god! It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick.
You leave that great love story of the Golden Lovers alone. Yes, absolutely. I agree. MCAS says Alan Weinstein says TK got mad bars, Jimmy. I'm loving the comments on this episode right now. MCAS says, Jimmy, yes, I know Daddy gave TK his inheritance early because he was going to waste it anyway. I'm so happy TK is wasting his money on a wrestling promotion because I love AEW.
Me too. But that doesn't make him talented or a good businessman or make a good booker or any of that. It just makes him a wrestling fan who made a wrestling promotion. Yay, us. But that's it.
And then finally, we got MCAS who says Ruckus is leading that album along with Righteous Reg and Will Washington, both guys from the Grass City podcast over on Fightful. Shouts out to them. And don't hate until you hear it. Diversity, Jimmy. LOL.
I'm not hating on it. I just fucking will never forgive Big Swole for this shit.
Why are you blaming Big Swole now? Oh my god!
Now apparently this album was in production.
Oh yeah, it's in the works. It's always been in the works. Certainly.
Now, I have a meme based on what Jimmy said earlier. Jimmy, can you reiterate what you were saying? the Democrats and what they did after the George Floyd thing?
Oh, they kneel for him of Kunta Claus.
Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, Romeo Anthony Cologne, the master of memes. The master of memes. Now we got to make sure we post that on the True Hill Heat Twitter.
Absolutely.
Look out for that. Let's finish off this show. Goddamn. Lambert, Paige, and Sky is here. Moxley returns, and everyone scatters, they say, but not Ethan Page. He says he's the real franchise player and challenges Jon Moxley to a one-on-one match on Rampage. If you want a marquee match, that's it. And I agree. I can't wait to see this on Rampage. What about y'all?
I won't see it on Rampage because I don't watch Rampage. They told me it doesn't matter, so I don't watch.
The Hook show.
Well, this is a stacked episode. We got Hook, the draw of Rampage.
Yes.
You saw the commercial. They made the commercial all about Hook.
Forgot about Hook.
Bro,
Hook,
this
that's
happened
commercial,
twice.
Hook. Right. There's a commercial, and then we had like a fucking show advertisement.
So you get Hook. You got Jade and Anna, which probably will be a short match. We all kind of see that coming. Young Bucks versus Roppongi. Vice is going to be great. And then Moxley and Ethan Page, that should be really good.
Fine. I guess I'll give it another week.
Begrudgingly got Jimmy to watch this show. And then we any comments, Romeo?
They obviously didn't have enough time to get a graphic of sober Moxley.
Right.
No, they did. They did post when they were talking about the Rampage match. Like immediately after.
That was Fat Moxley.
Huh?
Fat Moxley.
I'm done. Next, we also got a couple of quick segments. We got Sammy Guevara with his usual cards and awful handwriting that I couldn't really see during the commercial break on his trip, his vacation in Brazil with, of course, Tay Conti. And then we got Andrade backstage with Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy announces that Andrade has bought 51% of HFO, and now he is the president of HFO. Matt Hardy is the CEO, and it will now be known as HFO.
I look so happy.
What?
That was one of the more ridiculous segments, but I will say that I that is the most I've laughed at a Matt Hardy promo in quite some time.
Yeah, been a while.
There was that.
Let me just say, while watching this, I was very disgusted because I'm rooting for Andrade. But if this could lead to Andrade just cleaning house, everybody's fired, and and this probably leads to Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy down the line, then I'm all for it.
You know what? Yeah. That's what I was thinking originally, that he'll just take over the group at some point.
I just love Andrade just buying people. He has no concept of friendship, no concept of human beings. He's just going around offering to buy people, and now he has officially paid off with it and finally bought some people.
Yeah, but now we get more Matt Hardy. So, yay us.
You're going to get it anyway. If Jeff Hardy's coming, you're going to get a lot more Matt Hardy.
Catch 22, got to give and take. Before the main event, we get a black and white video with the Acclaim making fun of Sting and Darby Allin. So the kind of the a la of what they did with the Got Phase video. And then they attack Darby and Sting during the entrance before the match. Bowens grabs a chair and hits Darby in the stomach with it. And Max sends him into the apron and traps Darby's head in a chair, basically pulmonizing him. And Bowens even says, "Welcome to the Black Parade, bitch." The ref calls for a doctor, and Darby is ushered out before we can ever get into things. And it starts off as a handicap match. But Sting, I'm just amazed by Sting. He got 62 years old. But yeah, I was like, who's the handicap? Because he was watching them at the beginning until the Acclaim got the advantage. And then, of course, Darby Allin comes back into the match like a maniac from the fucking crowd, dives back into this matchup. Sting does a dive from the ramp to Max to Bowens through a table, and then in the ring, Darby flips over, gives Bowens the stunner, and then delivers the coffin drop to get the victory for Sting and Darby Allin, who remain undefeated and have now defeated the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Are we getting Sting and Darby versus Jurassic Express? Jimmy, what did you think of the match, and what do you think about Sting and Darby, now number one contenders?
The match was fine and fun. Sting was fine. He was great for 62, but I don't grade on a curve. I rate him as a wrestler, and he was fine. Oh, look at that dive he made that he missed. Yeah. For 62, that's fucking impressive. But for a wrestler, Jesus, he's right there. How'd you miss that? I look forward to a title match between them, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. I don't particularly know why. Maybe because it's just so different. It looks weird just on paper. I'm here for it. I'm done with the Acclaimed. They're fun and they're good in their spot, but this ain't their spot. This is significantly higher than their spot. Back to the hole you go. Not the Jay Lethal hole, the other hole, the mid-card hole.
Romeo?
I'm just, I'm checked out before the match even begins. Like, I'm done with, like, if you're going to have Sting wrestle in his spots, I don't want to see him against the Acclaim. Like, save it for something bigger than that, please. That's me.
I think Acclaimed made good foils for Sting and Darby of like their goth phase. I like the video before the match. I even like the rap of them saying that they're gonna make Sting look worse than Starrcade '97. I felt
That's
that.
an old reference. Like,
I felt that.
Got it. Yeah, we all got it. But what about everybody else?
I felt that though. I felt that though, ladies and gentlemen. So
I haven't got there yet. Rewind.
I dug it. I dug it a lot. So I enjoyed this. It just shouldn't have been the main event. We should have got something big if this was going to be the main event, and it just didn't feel big enough with everything else that we've talked about on this show. Nearly 2 hours talking about this show. This didn't feel big enough to close it. Final comments to highlight here. Remember to give your final thoughts on AEW Dynamite, your grade of it out of 10, as well as MVP, LVP, and match of the night. We're about to get into that. A comment here from Manica Wilson. TK mad because Big Swole got out of the nigga hole.
It does not say that. It's not out there at all.
She got off the plantation. Good job, Steve.
Yo, I just totally saw in my head TK with Big Swole in the nigga hole, setting down lotion and saying, "It puts the lotion on his skin." Nick Jackson says, and Rampage is live this week. And live ones are better than a taped, Jimmy.
This is true.
We got Fame and Fortune who says, I just hope they start using Kira and Diamante more because they're talented as fuck. I do agree with that. They just never seem to use them.
If you say so. I mean, Diamante, and if Kiara is better than that, double sure.
We also got Nick Jackson says, boo this HFO bullshit. We also got Fame and Fortune who says, so done with the HFO stuff. Cringe. First time I'm seeing you, Fame and Fortune. Remember to drop a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more. Annika Wilson says, Sting, you are 60. Stop giving Ric Flair ideas.
Ric Flair is immortal. I'm here for another Ric Flair match. Let's go.
Sting is moving faster than Luchasaurus, says Fifth Generation. I do agree there. And he moves faster than Omos for sure.
He's going to be hurt less people than Luchasaurus.
That's also true. But let's put our thumbs in the middle for the January 19th, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up, and a thumb up by Romeo. Romeo, out of 10, what did you give the show?
7.
What did you give the show, Jimmy?
A 7.
I'll give it an 8. I felt if this is a 9 out of 10 show, if they would have just kind of moved some stuff around.
No, there's no move they can do to save the show. Sorry.
If they move some stuff around and cut about 5 minutes off of Kazarian and Archer, I think
and Cody's promo.
No, I love that.
And we got rid of that Jade segment and fucking the HFL didn't exist, then yes, we can get a 9 out of 10 show.
Oh, if we didn't have Cody's promo, this is like a 5.
There you go. Keep that energy. But what was your match of the night? I know we get the True Hill Heat community in the chat agrees with us.
Right.
Agrees with us. 7 or 8 out of 10 for AEW Dynamite. It's a rare occasion you all agree with us. But what was your match of the night, Jimmy?
The opener, I guess.
Romeo?
Cole Baker and people.
Yeah, I think there's an argument against it.
Cole and Baker versus Cassidy and Statlander for sure. Match of the night. MVP, Romeo?
You know who?
Cody Rhodes.
The guy who built the Forbidden Door? To get the credit for it?
Deserves it.
Jimmy? Jimmy already complex being that rich. Wardlow. I would get MJF, but he fucked up at the end. Wardlow.
Fair. I am going with Jon Moxley.
Not bad. I choked yesterday trying to do that introduction.
I skip that shit every time I get the chance.
I have a bunch of practice. You just have it rev up like an engine, and that's how you pronounce his name. That's how.
Why are we okay with him ring announcer putting himself over? Why are we okay with this?
LVP, Jimmy.
Shit.
A lot of choices.
So many candidates. I don't want to give it to Cody. He was fucking horrific. Shit. You know what? Anna Jay.
Wow. Romeo?
Jeez. I got two. First, definitely Sean Spears, losing in 5 seconds. And Matt Hardy for selling more than half of his stable.
He sold the majority ownership of his own fucking stable. He's gotta be a moron. So I'm going co-LVPs.
That's big money, Matt. That's big money. Is that big money?
I'm going with Matt Hardy. Sean Spears, you were perfect with what you do, so I'm not going to give you LVP. I am instead going co-LVP for Frankie Kazarian, who is the elite hunter, and he has not successfully hunted any member of the elite.
Not a one.
Not just one, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, let us know if you're watching this on demand in the comment section below what your MVP, LVP, and match of the night was for AEW Dynamite. We appreciate you all for watching us live here. Jimmy, where can the people find you on social media and your YouTube channel, sir?
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. That is all.
And check out his Peacemaker reactions and review. I joined him for episode 2. Great episode, great series. Check it out for sure. And Romeo, where can the fine people find you, sir?
True Hill Romeo on Twitter and Instagram, right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Mondays, Rated Raw Superstars coming up next week. Go home show for Royal Rumble. And NX3 every Tuesday coming up next week. And next Wednesday, Beach Break Watch Along. Join us as I host that with some friends of mine.
Absolutely. And you can find me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SP3. You can find me over on the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast YouTube channel where Rick Ucchino, about 3 to 4 podcasts a week over there. As well as this week on Monday, I joined Luke Owen over on the Wrestle Talk podcast YouTube channel. So definitely check that out as well. You can see the gang over on Teddy Turnbuckle YouTube channel every Friday with our SmackDown review. As well as you can see me on Sports Keto Wrestling YouTube channel following SmackDown and Rampage on Smack Talk. And then here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel every Thursday with Jimmy, sometimes Marcus Cash on AEWramble, and every Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, True Hill Heat 159. And we got a good one coming up this Saturday with special guest, the returning Joel Holbert, who's doing great things over on the Late Night Grin. So definitely check him out over there. He usually goes live, but he's going to be joining us to talk about the latest wrestling news. Cody becoming a free agent, Mustafa Ali asking for his release, all the weekend wrestling that was. And we will also be joined by the returning top guy JJ on True Hill Heat 159. So this is a big one to join us this Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. for Jimmy Macram.
One more thing I forgot. On Saturday, UFC 270. If you're watching that, I'll be on the watch along on Fightful with Steven Jensen and Sean Ross Sapp and others watching along that. The two main events.
Nice.
We respect anything that involves Jensen. So for Jimmy Macram, for the good brother Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble episode 26, the copy and paste edition. We are signing off until next time.